Hey everybody, Happy New Year! It's Heather with Diamonds and Dragonflies, and I'm back. I want to first apologize for any of my subscribers, and if you are new here, welcome. I'm sorry I haven't been around. I've had a lot of personal things going on, but I am determined to make 2024 more consistent and kind of step up my diamond painting game. This is going to be, instead of a whip and chat, it's going to be a kit up and chat. I'm kitting up a secondary project for the Richard Lorenz event. I'm going to talk about some of the events that I'm doing. I am working on Purnell, which is my main event entry. He is a square. As you can see, my hand is bandaged, so I'll get into that in a little bit as to what's going on there. But right now, rounds are a lot easier than squares to do, and so this is a really small little square kit that I can travel around with. And I've been doing a lot of diamond painting back downstairs in my living room since my surgery, so I wanted to have something that I could transport down there and work on, and something that I am actually able to do left-handed. So I'm going to go over what I'm using here, and then I will start filling in all the blanks, because I'm sure you're all going, what's going on? I don't understand. So we will catch up in a second. So this is from Diamond Art Club. This is Dewey. He is one of the kits that is exclusive to their Amazon store. Diamond Art Club has a storefront on Amazon where they sell a lot of kits. There are quite a few, I want to say probably 20 plus, that are exclusive to the Amazon store from Diamond Art Club. You cannot get them on their website. There are some that you can. There are two as well that I am aware of that you can purchase on the Diamond Art Club site as well, but they are actually bigger than the ones sold on the Amazon storefront. It's We Are the Sun, the sunflower one, and the Is It Friday Yet, the partial. Both of those are bigger dimensions on the DAC website than they are on the Amazon storefront. But most of the Amazon exclusives on the storefront are very small, snack size. We're talking usually somewhere in the ballpark of 30 by 30, or slightly bigger or slightly smaller. So they're all really nice beginner kits for the most part. They are very inexpensive compared to most of the Diamond Art Club kits. I want to say, I think $24.99 is the most expensive of any of the exclusive kits that are on the Amazon site. So you can get licensed artwork for cheaper. If you weren't aware of that and you thought that, oh, well, I got to keep buying off of, AliExpress, Amazon, Asian storefronts, and, Temu or whatever, and buying stolen artwork just to be able to get a smaller size. Nope, you can get it from Diamond Art Club. The kit contents and the quality of the kit it's Diamond Art Club. It is exactly the same as if you were ordering from their actual website, except these kits are exclusive. So earlier in 2023, I want to say it was around summer, maybe July or August, they updated their kits that they were selling, and they came out with two Richard Lorenz's, Balancing Act, which I have, I did and completed. It's actually hanging on the wall right next to me. And then DEWEY was another one that they came out with. And so I've decided, since this is a round kit, that I'm going to do DEWEY. So we're going to kind of unbox it, and then I'm going to kit it up. My kit up supplies, because I want this to be portable, I am not kitting up into trays. I am kitting up into Harbor Freight containers. So I'm going to be kitting up into Harbor Freight containers. I have two boxes out here. It's considered a 25 piece storage. The 25th piece is the actual case, so there's 24 containers. I'm not sure how many colors are in this until I open it. So I grabbed two boxes just in case. I have my Harbor Freight funnel. This is from Bella Art de Nicole. You can get it in a variety of colors. I don't remember exactly how much it cost. It was extremely inexpensive, but what you can do with this, and this will make my life really easy, is that you slide the container in here and then you can pour your drills straight down. This is really helpful when the drills are staticky too, because you can take a dryer sheet or rubbing alcohol and rub it around the funnel, but you're more likely to have it stick fast to the funnel than you are to go flying everywhere. So that has been my personal experience. So I'm going to be using that. I have my little crafting scissors. I'm going to have to get a new pair of these soon. These are starting to dull out on me. And then for washi for it, I didn't really have anything that coordinated, but I do have this really cute Happy New Year. And since today is New Year's, I decided that I was going to use that. So we're going to use that when I get to the part of taking care of my canvas. So I'm going to just go ahead and start cutting this open and start kitting up, and I will fill you in on all the gossip regarding my life the past couple of months. So I'm going to kind of skip some of it, and I'm going to dive straight into my hand being wrapped. So I had surgery December 27th for carpal tunnel. I have been having issues with both of my hands going numb while diamond painting. When I wake up in the morning, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and they're numb, etc. So my doctor sent me, my neurosurgeon had done cervical spinal fusion in July, and he, oh, just FYI real quick, I just thought of this. You see this little label? I made these. I had address label, mailing labels for my inkjet, and I just put the title and I stick it on the end because I don't want of the plastic, because I don't like using, I'll show you in a little bit what I use the small sticker for. So anyway, so he sent me for an EMG, which is a special test to check for nerve damage in different body parts. I had one done on my legs earlier in the year, and since my cervical spinal fusion did not improve my neck or my hand issue of my hands going numb, he sent me for one for my hands. He wanted to see whether or not it was a cervical spinal issue or whether or not it was nerve damage in my arm. Real quick, you get a warranty and insurance card with the kits from Amazon. You will not get points for purchasing the Amazon kits. What will happen though is that you have 30 days to register the product once you've opened it. You can scan this QR code and they will add it on their website to your profile so that you're covered under the warranty in case anything happens or drills are missing or anything like that. They can send them to you. So please make sure, don't just throw this away and think, oh, it's just, the intro card or little pamphlet. No, this is different. So I'm going to set that to the side. Here's my little small sticker, and I will show you what I do with that in a few minutes. And then we can go ahead and look at the toolkit real quick. So anyway, I had this EMG done, and it showed that I have severe carpal tunnel in both my right and my left arm. Basically, when signals reach, there we go, my wrist, they kind of just stop and they don't really go any further. They are so delayed that it might as well not be sending anything. Hang on, nothing wants to come out. This is really hard doing all this with one hand, mind you. Okay, here we go. So, all right, we've got our baggies, which I don't need right now, but I do keep them for other things. I got a green pen and a green squishy. So, I can, whatever. I got the tray with the stopper, like always. I got this cute little washi tape here that is adorable. So I got that. It came with my 2 multi-placers. And then I have a blue dolphin. I have a pink dolphin at the moment. And then a caddy full of 2 heart waxes. So I'm just going to take this stuff and put it to the side because we're not going to be using it. I've been trying to figure out why it is so dark, and it just dawned on me that I don't have my clip lamp. I have a lamp that I clip fast to my light pad when I'm working, and that is what is missing. It does look like the lighting is okay for my video, so I'm not going to worry about it now. But when I go to diamond paint again, I need to go get that lamp. I'm bringing it back in here. Okay, so anyway, so I went for the EMG, and it showed that I had carpal tunnel syndrome in both arms. So in the meantime, while my doctor is trying to figure out what we are going to do regarding my spine, because I still have thoracic and lumbar issues, he was going to fix my carpal tunnel. So I had carpal tunnel surgery done on my right hand. I am right-handed, so it is my dominant hand, on Wednesday the 27th. Had a follow-up, and they changed the bandage on the 28th, and then here we are, January 1st. So let's see, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1. So 6 days ago, I had surgery. More like 5 days ago, because 7 would be Wednesday, because that would be a week. Okay, whatever. Oh my God, this is so cute. Okay, I am going to attempt to roll this backward so that I can show this to you. I have a lot more use of my arm today than I had. I have been diamond painting left-handed, but only able to do rounds. Hence the fact that I'm kitting this up. Because I was working with squares with my right hand earlier this morning on my main entry kit for the Richard Lorenz event. But my hand started hurting, so I needed to take a break. Here is this artwork. It is so adorable. This will lay flat, especially when I go and pull off the cover, which, let me go ahead and do that. So when you see like little creases and stuff like that, it's not in the canvas per se. It's from when they put the canvas, the glue on, and then they put the clear plastic cover. Sometimes it doesn't lay right. But if we just do this, that usually, and of course I'm having difficulty doing this because I only have one hand that I'm using fully, but there we go, that's a little better. So this is Dewey that we're gonna do. He is absolutely adorable. I cannot wait. So we get our big sticker. Oh wow, there's 41 colors in this. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need both packs. Awesome. I had no idea. This is a 13 by 13 inch or 32.8 by 32.8 centimeter. It is by Richard Lorenz. I'll be writing my start date. Yeah, that is awful. Once again, right-handed, not left-handed. And then we have our colors. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3 ABs, and we have a fairy dust in this. That's so cool. I might look through my stash and see if I have any of these colors, and I might decide to add some bling and stuff to it to bling it up a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to take a look at that and see what I got and what I can do with this. Ooh, I just noticed this does not have any 310 in it. No 310. Wow, it doesn't have any 5200 either. I will tell you why that is important in a second. So this is the pamphlet that, you know, if you've been buying from Diamond Art Club, feel free to just pitch out. It has a QR code for joining the Facebook group, the VIP group. There's a step-by-step instruction. There is a code on the back for your next purchase. It is a one-time use code. There are codes on the box. There's a QR code and whatnot. I mean, Diamond Art Club gives you so many codes. And then if you join the Facebook group, there is a group code, discount code that you can use all the time. If you should never be paying full price for anything from Diamond Art Club. You should always be getting at least a 10%, if not more, discount from Diamond Art Club. So, but I have used that thank you 10, so I'm just going to put that in the trash that's next to me. And here we go. All right, so this is actually going to help too. Sorry, my door just went flying open, and the pitter pat, if you could hear it, is my English Bulldog, Atlas. He has decided to come and join his mama while she is making this video and kidding up. So I usually have at least one, if not all three of my dogs in here at the same time. So I did start diamond painting again the day after, but like I said, it is with my left hand. I have one mini pen. It actually happens to be close by. It is from Butterfly Effect Wares. It was one of their drops in November, I think. It might have been December, but I don't remember. This was the Santa. I think it's called Santa Baby. It says ho, 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 and it's like candy cane colors. I got this. I wanted this one very badly. Unfortunately, everything except minis were gone. I'm very glad that I got it though, because it is the only pen that I can use with my left hand to diamond paint. And occasionally I can hold it in my right to diamond paint because it is so light. It is just really, really light. So thank you, thank you, thank you. From to Diamond Art Club. And I just dropped the pen that came with the kit. Fell on the floor. All right, got it. So since I normally kit up into Bella Art de Nicole trays, and I'm not doing that this time around, so I can make this portable, what I will be using is either one of two different things. I will either be using a Bella Art de Nicole Essential Plus tray as my tray, or I have a bunch of Firefly trays that I got that I love as well. So I might be using one of those. Haven't decided yet. So, but I will be using one of those two trays, either a Firefly tray or a Bella Art de Nicole Essential tray to use to put my diamonds in as I am actually diamond painting. So once again, this does have the SKU. It's the same number that is right here on the kit. Oh, let me see. I don't think that's in frame. It's the number that's right down here on the kit. I think that's probably the product code or whatever for them. Does match this in case you do open your kits and you store them separately. So yeah, that is a thing. So, okay. I do save this. If you've watched any of my kitting up videos, you know that I use this bag to put my plastic trash in so that my dogs, if they pull stuff out of my little trash can, they don't put the little baggies everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead. This is where I cannot manipulate the scissors with my left hand to save my life. So fortunately, these scissors are extremely sharp that I don't really need to do a whole lot of pushing with them. And they are like weightless. So they weigh a very, very little amount. All right, so we have 2 bags of that color. So yeah. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit to Christmas. So on the 22nd of December, I got some unfortunate news. All of my children were supposed to be arriving on the 22nd. In case you are new here and you are not aware, I have 3 children. I have a 30-year-old who will actually be 31 next month in February. She is autistic. She resides in her own townhouse that she shares with a friend, and she has 24-hour staffing. So she's got staff that stays 12 hours during the day, and then they swap, and she has 12-hour staff overnight. It is awake overnight. The staff members do not live there. So she has someone that comes in to the home. She was supposed to be coming that evening till Tuesday. Well, apparently she was exposed to someone who had COVID, who tested positive earlier in the week, and she woke up Friday morning sick, was unable to go and attend her day program Christmas party. They were going to Chuck E. Cheese, and so they tested her and she had COVID. So because of the fact that my whole family was going to be here, my other 2 children, my husband and myself, and that I was having surgery, she could not come. It has been very upsetting and very devastating to me. But I will hopefully see her later this month, and we will have our Christmas. My baby girl arrived, my youngest. She arrived around 8 o'clock. She is getting her master's degree in a college in West Virginia. She is a clinical psychologist who is working on her master's in clinical psychology. And she left West Virginia after work, and it's roughly a 4-hour drive. And she brought my granddog with me, Juno, or with her, whose name is Juno. So she arrived, and we had a schedule kind of mapped out and planned out for the time that she was going to be here. The first thing she did when she got here was tell me that there have been changes to that schedule. Now, a lot of people might be like, okay, no big deal. Well, those people would be people that do not have borderline personality disorder, like myself. So coming in and telling me that the plans that we had made, that we had been going back and forth over for 2 weeks, not to mention just an hour or 2 earlier that same day, we're now getting shot to hell. So the original plan was that she arrive on the 22nd, and she would be here until Christmas morning. Then Christmas morning, she would be leaving, taking my oldest, and they would be going to their father's house. He lives about 45 minutes away. Then she would be there for all of Christmas Day and for half of the day on the 26th. Then she was coming back home to my house in the early evening of the 26th, and so that she would be here for my surgery. And she would be staying until Saturday, when she would be leaving and going to her father's, and she would be with her father through New Year's Day, when she would be leaving to go back to school, because her clinic that she works in is open on Tuesday, tomorrow. So that was originally supposed to be the plan. Well, she came home and she said, plans have changed. I'm leaving on Sunday, on Christmas Eve, to go to Father's house. I'm not coming back until the morning of your surgery on the 27th. And then I'm leaving on Thursday night, and I'm going to Father's and then going to be there for the rest of the time. I did not take the change in schedule well. I took it better than I would have a year ago, but I got emotional. I got upset. I was crying. There was no yelling, screaming, poor behavior such as, name calling or threats or anything along those lines. It was just me crying and being emotionally upset that way. I was able to pull it together and convince myself, you know what, it is what it is, so be it. Part of the issue and problem is the fact that you know, my daughter went and said to me, she's like, I don't know what you want me to do. He tells me that these things are happening and that I need to be here at this time. And I'm like, okay, you're 23 years old. You tell him, no, I'm sorry, I have other plans. These are my plans. I'm not changing them. Well, she won't do that. Part of it is because in the past, her father has held things over her head, has threatened her. I can't say much. I have, unfortunately, in the past, have had that bad behavior with my mental disorder. I can't go back and change that, but I try very hard to not have that be a thing anymore. So, okay, it is what it is. Let's move on. So my son showed up. He actually arrived a few minutes before my daughter did. He turned 25 this year. He is a quarter of a century old. He actually lives with his father because his father lives closer to his job. He still has an hour to an hour and a half commute every day. But, so he arrived. I knew that William being around was going to be not as much, so I wasn't really concerned with him because he has 2 jobs and I know he had to work and, you know, so he wasn't really factored into the plans per se. He left Christmas Eve and I have not seen him since then. So, but that's fine. That was expected. He worked the whole week. So we played some games. We watched some TV. My birthday was Saturday the 23rd. So we played some more games. We watched some movies, some TV shows. Spent some time together as a family. Christmas Eve, we're hanging out, doing stuff. We had already done our Christmas with the kids. So I had given them their presents to Emily and William. And their father called. Well, he attended a Christmas party for his work and found out that he was exposed to someone who had COVID, who has since tested positive. He did a test because he was not feeling well, and lo and behold, he had COVID. I will be honest, the first thought that came to my head, keep in mind this is my ex-husband, was, you know, karma is such a bitch. Because now Emily wasn't leaving. So fate had it that she was supposed to be here. So she was unable to go to her father's. William did return. He had to be able to go to work. That's where he lives. All of his stuff is there. And he's like, I'm just going to have to take the gamble. So roll the dice and see what happens. Spoiler alert, he did not and has not tested positive. So he managed to stay safe. The stepmom, however, her father tested negative the day of my surgery. So Emily was thinking that she was going to still go over on Friday. I got 2 extra days with her. So, you know, she would still leave on Friday and go over. Well, the stepmom had managed to, she never gets sick, ever. I mean, I will say she is like, she's got an immune system so strong. During this entire time, she has never gotten COVID. She doesn't get the flu. She doesn't get sinus infection. She does not get sick. Just end of story. She got sick and tested positive for COVID. So no going over there on Friday. That was Wednesday that she tested positive. So the day of my surgery. So they tested again Friday morning. and she was still testing positive. So Emily did not go over this weekend. She doesn't know whether or not she's still positive or not. She did leave yesterday and went over to her dad's. She was taking precautions, keeping her distance, wearing a mask, all the things to try and prevent her from getting sick. So if you're wondering what I just did, I just cut off where the labels are because I keep this. And I put it in a notebook that I have. Okay, so I've got all of my labels on my Harbor Freight containers, and I have separated all of my colors. So now I'm going to start using my funnel and putting all of these drills into my Harbor Freights. And I used a whole one, and then I have six containers left out of a second one for the 41 colors that are in here. So, okay. I'm gonna make sure. Here, let me move you guys this way a little bit. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, now you can see. So yeah. So she actually stopped by briefly this morning. She had left a few things here, and she is on the road, headed back to her apartment in West Virginia. So I do not know when she will be coming back. Probably at the latest, it will be Easter time. Easter, though, is early this year. It's in March. I don't know whether or not she's going to come home for spring break. She works 2 jobs at school. She works for a company that's local for the community, and then she works at the clinic on a campus. So I don't know whether or not she's going to try and do like a long weekend over spring break and come home for a little while, or whether she's gonna skip it. It's possible that I might instead go visit her. We'll have to see, because as soon as my right hand is healed, they're going to do the left. And then after the left is done, we're going to decide what to do regarding my spine. I had a nuclear medicine scan done and some other things. What color am I looking for? 758. So we have not discussed the test results, so I don't know what options I am going to have. I am assuming I'm going to have some options as to how to proceed with potentially fixing my spine, but I don't know off the top of my head what that is going to be. So I'm not 100% sure when. Say hi, honey.
Hello.
There you go. That's my husband. He is at home being the housekeeper. He's doing some laundry. We're having laundry issues. I'll get to that in a minute. Oh my goodness. Okay, this bag is open, and I just dumped drills all over the place. Okay. So let me try and get these out of the way so that I can get these drills. I guess I cut this one a little too close, and all the drills fell out. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Did not plan on that happening. All right. Let me see. Oh, it's that end. Okay. Let me get the remainder out of this bag. All right. And then let's pick these up. Wow. Okay. So I'm not sure when she'll be back. My son, I usually see at least once or twice a month for the most part. Sometimes if his work schedule is real crazy, I don't see him that often, but he does try to come and visit at least for a day or so, or we'll go to the movies to go see something together, etc. While I'm recouping from surgery, I don't know what all that's going to look like. Yeah, we'll figure something out regarding him. And then, of course, like I said, once I'm well and she's well, I'll be seeing my oldest. I don't know if we're just going to go down and take her Christmas presents and like go out to lunch and do that kind of thing, or whether or not we'll have her come up here and spend the weekend or not. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten that far yet in my plans for the new year. I'm going to keep finding these. I just know it. So yeah. So as the fates would have it, I ended up getting to spend a lot more time with my baby girl than, even more time than if plans hadn't been altered, so to speak, if the new plans had not arisen. It's more time than I would have seen her, period. So, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. We watched a lot of movies together. We watched Bohemian Rhapsody, the Elvis. We watched Rocket Man. We watched Black Adam. I can't even for the life of me think of some of the other movies we watched. But we watched a bunch of movies. We played, we are D&D geeks. And we have some D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, in case you don't know what D&D is. We have some Dungeons and Dragons board games. And so we played Tomb of Annihilation, like, for days. It comes with 13 quests. We're on quest 8, I think, now. So that was a lot of fun. So we had a lot of fun doing that. You know, and we just hung out and spent time together. Talked. She loves doing nails. No, she did not do my fingernails, as you can see, because they're yucky. But I didn't want to put nail polish on because I knew it would have to come off for me having surgery on my left hand. So I got a pedicure. She did my toes. And they look gorgeous. I keep telling her that, you know, if the whole clinical psychology thing doesn't work out, she could go to, you know, cosmetology or nail tech school or whatever, and she'd pass with flying colors. She has got probably the best and healthiest nails I've ever seen in my life. So yeah. So had a few monkey wrenches to start off the new year. One being that over the weekend, our dryer decided it doesn't want to run anymore. It'll run, but then it immediately shuts off. We have kind of troubleshooted the problem a little bit, and it looks like it could be a couple of things. We are going to start at the most inexpensive thing and kind of go from there, which is to replace the outlet. Not the outlet, I'm sorry. The cord, the power cord to purchase a new one. Something about that it can become oxidized and then stop working. So we are going to try that. Here we go. We're going to try that first. We're also going to, because it appears that it's overheating is part of the issue. There are burn marks on the outlet, the electrical outlet itself. So we're going to replace the receptacle. We are hoping that it is not a wiring issue, because that's a whole other can of worms. And I'm really hoping that it's not that the dryer has just died. Because we do not have the financial resources to purchase a new dryer. Not to mention the fact that our laundry room is on the second floor in our house. That I don't even want. We would have no choice but to have it delivered and installed because of the location. And of course, you know as well as I do that when you have appliances delivered to your home and installed, you run into some cha-ching, cha-ching. And like I said, we do not have the money for any cha-ching, cha-ching right now. Okay. Why can I not find this color? 720 is eluding me. Because I know it's a yellowy orange. So that's not it. So fingers crossed, 741, that one of these things, okay. I am not seeing this color. All right, I'm going to sit this one off to the side. We'll do process of elimination and maybe it'll show up. Okay, 754. So our washing machine, of course, is working. So my husband has been diligently washing some towels and some clothes, and he's going to pack them up into this bag that we have. And fortunately, there are not one but two laundromats just down the street. I mean, one is literally like a block from my house. The other one is like 3 blocks from my house or something, 4 blocks, like half a mile tops away. So he's going to pack them up, take them down, and throw them in the dryer to get them dried to bring home so that we have clean towels. And whatever else it is that he opted to wash. He has been, you know, having to not only, I got strict instructions, you know, no housework, no loading the dishwasher, no cooking, no sweeping, vacuuming, you know, none of those things. I was kind of like, well, I can do those things with my left hand, right? And she's like, no. Because even though you're using your left hand, your right hand is being part of the vibration, except, you know, blah, 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 blah. So, okay. So he's been pretty much, now while my daughter was here, of course, she was helping out. But like I said, she left yesterday to go to her dad's, and of course, she's on her way back home now. So yeah. So he has been a godsend. Another issue that we ran into is that my car had to have some emergency work done. Thank God for AAA and us having the towing. When my daughter went away to school, we increased and raised our plan to, I think it's called the premium or whatever. So we get 100 miles of towing. We did that so that if her car broke down while she was driving home from school, it could tow it either here or to someplace at school. depending on which direction she was headed, whether she was headed here or headed home, or back to her home. Because I was about, I don't know, 10, 15 miles from my house, and we wanted it towed to our mechanic, who is 45 minutes away from where we live. So at least they were able to do that, and it was free. It could have been worse, the cost. I mean, according to my mechanic, who I trust very, very much, he stated the fact that if this had happened to pretty much any other vehicle, it would be toast. How it didn't completely kill my Durango, he doesn't know. He's very impressed of the fact that it made it through and it has lived to tell the tale. Which I would have been very upset had it not, considering we literally had a new engine, well, new to me engine, a refurbished engine, put in it last year. Well, 2022. I got to remember that now. I have to say that when I'm saying, I can't just say last year right now. So, you know, fortunately, they were able to fix it. I can't drive right now, so I can't even go get it at the moment, but we do not have, my God, there's so much static in these. Okay. I'm going to have to get a dryer sheet and cut it up and add to it. So I'm going to have to wait till I can come up with the fundage to pay to get the car, because we literally had just had $1,000 worth of work done to my husband's car and to mine. It was, you know, just maintenance stuff to pass inspection and whatnot. But we were not really expecting to have another car repair so soon. And at times I wonder why I even have a car, considering I don't really drive anywhere anymore. Between my back, wow, did you just see that? All of these drills just jumped out of this bag. Okay, that was kind of freaky. Okay. So now, once again, I have drills everywhere. The static is real, people. It is real. It is very, very real. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm licking my finger to make it damp, and then the drills tend to stick to it. Yeah, this is insane. Okay. Oh, there's a whole bunch. I know you're all sitting there going, Heather, there's some here and there's some there. And, oh, look, there. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can see them all. And my blind butt can't see any of them. All right. So yeah, so that's a thing. I sent in my form to have my administrative hearing for my Social Security disability. I might very well have to reapply and file under my back, which I think will be appealed, or which will get approved, I'm pretty sure, right away, immediately. My back is really screwed up. But I had already started this process in regards to my mental health. My therapist is not convinced that I can be around or work with the public in any way, shape, or form, even over a phone. I'll be honest with you, I had to apologize to the person at the pharmacy this morning. I had to call to refill some prescriptions, and the woman I was talking to was like, well, we don't have this. And I'm like, yes, you do. And I literally went from okay to I'm going to rip your throat out in like 2.2 seconds. I ended up apologizing to her by the end of the conversation. She put me on hold while she was trying to find it and came back. She had found it, and I said, I need to apologize to you. I should not have acted that way. That was inappropriate, and I am sorry. She was very nice. She's like, nope, it's fine. I get it. You know, you start off the new year with issues and problems. And she's like, and I just wasn't seeing it. It was there, but I just wasn't seeing it. And I was like, well, I appreciate you saying that, but I still did not need to react the way that I did. So yeah. So whereas I have definitely made improvements when it comes to talking to and working with my family, not so much with other people. So yeah, I have to really work on keeping my mouth shut or being very, very diligent about what I say, how I say it, and when I say it. So yeah, that's all of that's kind of a thing. So I'm going to have to, oh my God, I'm going to have to get dryer sheets and put in all of this. It's atrocious. It is absolutely atrocious, people. So let me see. Let me check the time here, see how long we've been going. Well, we're at the 51 mark. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to talk about events that I am participating in. I started getting involved in events the end of the year. Like third quarter, and I am now, I've learned a lot of things from being in the events. I've learned to try and make, if I can, to pick events that I can do a similar canvas for both events, which is what I am doing this month. I am participating in the Richard Lorenz 2024 event, which started today. It's a really laid-back, easygoing one. I think it's a 30 by 30 or larger. No new start required. You just have to have a 30 by 30 section still left to do. And you don't have to finish. So no finish required. You just have to show progress that you've been working on it. Which is nice. It is actually a 2-month event, so I plan on getting multiple of my Lorenz birds. I have them all, but Agnes, Out of Control, is on its way. I also have another special project, which I don't know I will be able to work on for the event, but I'm going to share that at the end because I'm really excited about it. So I'm doing that event, and then I am doing an event that is for January only, Blinging Up the New Year, which is from DP Addictions, T-Mall, from Diamond Painting with Sparklers, and Tia's Crazy Crafts or something like that. I'm sorry, I'm new to her, so I'm not overly familiar with her name. Give me 1 second, guys. I need to let my bulldog, he has decided he wants out. So he is out, and my bull mastiff is in, Athena. She is the oldest of my brood. She just turned 7 the end of October. So I'm doing those, and then I'm actually participating with 2 year-long events. Well, I mean, I guess technically it's 4, but I don't think there are any prizes for 2 of them. But I am participating in the Great Drill Count, which is a year-long event. And I am also participating in the Diamond Painting Bingo, which I am actually really excited about. That is like really my cup of tea, that type of activity. So I'm very excited about that one. I am also working towards the Diamond Art Club 2024 challenge and the Diamond Art Club Canada with the Diamond Stitcher. She is doing a challenge. I don't know whether or not there are prizes at the end of the year for that one or not. I'm fairly certain that the Diamond Art Club one, there is not. Not sure about the Canada one. But yeah, so I will be participating in that. I am also participating this month. It is a continuation event of Be the Hero DP Along. So I have yet another kitted up for that I had been working on prior to my arm. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to continue with that event. That event I might have to bow out of. I already did actually complete my event kit, so I can still be a part of the grand prize. I just might not manage to be able to participate in the weekly prizes. I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able to work on it to show enough progress. So I'm going to have to play that one by ear. I might try and work on that kit later today and see if I can. And one of the reasons why I'm saying that, because you're like, well, you're kitting up around. You already said you're working on a square. The other kit for the Be the Hero DP Along event is an all AB kit. And as you know, if you've been diamond painting for a while, working with ABs can be very tricky with your wax being pulled out, not sticking, and that is one of the things, whereas yes, I can do some minor, I can't multi-place with my right hand. That requires too much pressure and my right hand is like, no. I can single place with the mini pen for short bursts, but when you're dealing with ABs, there's a lot more having to manipulate the drills, and I can't do anything right now that consists of me putting pressure down on my hand. All right, I just found a ton of drills loose, and I'm thinking that they are the ones that go in here, because there is a lot of them. Let's see. I'm trying to see here. Yep. Okay. Oh, good Lord. So I might have to bow out of that one. I'm not sure. So we will see. But yeah, so those are the events that I have planned for January to participate in. And working on the year-long ones. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've made a new diamond painting friend. I actually have a couple people that I have become friends with on Facebook now. That has been really awesome and cool to get to know them. But I've actually made friends with Mackenzie from Dragon Wing Diamonds. And you've got to go check out her YouTube channel. She's amazing. We kind of drive each other. We have very similar personalities, I think. She's such a sweet person. Very, very sweet person. She's a great mom to both her stepchildren and her baby girl, Sydney. And I'm very glad that we've become friends. We've actually spent hours talking on the phone while diamond painting, which was a lot of fun. And it's nice to have, my husband, he asks me stuff about my diamond painting all the time. He takes a great interest, and he will let me just run on and on and on talking about diamond painting. But it's really nice when you have someone who actually understands and knows what you're talking about to talk to. They can appreciate your struggles more. They can appreciate your successes more, your accomplishments, because they've most likely experienced something similar. And it's nice to be able to have that bond. I have very much shied away from trying to make friends, and that is something that I really want to be a lot more diligent about this year. A couple of things are going to change regarding my channel. One is I'm hoping to be able to post more frequently. So I want to try and be able to do at least 2, if not 3 videos a week to start off with, to do some unboxings. I want to do a kit down video with you guys. I want to make sure that I'm doing... One of the big things that I didn't do last year that I really regret is I didn't track my diamond paintings. I didn't track them at all. Well, that's funny. I cut this one and apparently I didn't cut below the seam. So I wasn't able to do a year in review. I only have my diamond paintings tracked since September 1st. I could not even be able to, using Facebook or Instagram, go back and try and piece together. I just don't feel like I would have had an accurate number. So I am making sure to do a much better job of that this year. I've watched a couple of creators to see how they track and log everything. Katie from Diamonds and Washi, she actually, the way she logs and tracks her diamond paintings is very similar to like my thought and mental process. So that is something that we greatly share a familiarity to. So I decided that that's how I wanted to try and track my stuff this year. So as soon as I get all of these staticky drills out of here, I'm going to show you what I'm using to track my stuff. I did download the Gems Flow app, and I have been trying to be sure to list all of my diamond paintings in there as well, just so I have like a master list of everything that I own. Right now, I only have my Diamond Art Club, and that is actually out of date because I haven't put nothing for the month of December is in there. I have not added any of my purchases from this month. Oh, let me grab it. So I'd been seeing diamond painting notebooks on Amazon and Temu, and I did get this one from Temu because all the ones I saw on Amazon, which is where I would have preferred to purchase from, the pages inside weren't lined. They were like a journal with just blank pages, and I wanted pages with lines. So I bought this kit. I did this. I just think it was gorgeous, and it had lines, and this is my first painting for the year. Kit number 1 that I kitted up. Dewey will be kit number 2. This is the washi that I have on that. This sticker is actually not attached. I just cut it down a little bit. Part of that is that I didn't stick it fast is in case I decide I don't like this, I don't want to lose the sticker. I have the title, the day I started it, the kit number. These are the 2 year-long events that I'm participating in. I do need to add the DAC challenge and the DAC Canada challenge. These are the monthly events that I'm doing, Blinging in the New Year with the hashtag and the hashtag Richard Lorenz 2024. And I put that this was enhanced by DP with Sparklers. I bought the enhancement kit that they had created for this project. for this kit. So if they had been individual enhancement changes that I made based on my own, I would have listed them out. I just put down the kit since that's how I bought it. I will have space down here as well to be able to write any pros or cons if I had any issues with the kit or anything. And then, of course, I will fill in the end date there. And if I happen to win any of the events, whether a weekly prize or not, I will list that as well. That, hey, look, you won something. So that is one of the things that I am trying to be much more diligent about for 2024. I want to try to make sure that I am, posting every day on my Instagram and my Facebook group page, so that I have an online digital record as well of what I'm doing and what's going on. Not biting off more than I can chew. I'm not making I'm not setting any type of goal as far as how many kits I'm going to complete. I would rather that just kind of come what may, just see where the year leads me. And, oh, wow. Okay. Yep. I made a mess. I tell you, the challenges of not having full use of my right hand, and then the challenge of the static. Wow. I mean, they're just sticking fast to my skin. It's that time of year. The funny thing is, though, is that this will be, February will make my 3rd year diamond painting. And, I mean, they are jumping out while, okay. Yeah, this is not going well. This is my 3rd year. I started diamond painting February of 2021. So, yeah, February will make 3 years that I've been diamond painting. And so this is my, let's see, 1, 2, yeah, this is my 3rd winter season painting. And I've never had this kind of static encountered before. This is a new thing. So I don't know whether it's static from, from my house, from when it was packed, shipping. Oh, look, I picked up a color that doesn't belong in here. Oh, that's fine. I'll get it later. Yeah, I don't know. I feel terrible because I would be putting my dryer sheets in while this is happening. But unfortunately, my little baggie full of them is downstairs and I don't have the energy to go down there to get them. So I would have to go into my laundry room, which is actually, wow, okay. There's a lot of these. Which is, you know, right around the corner from where I'm at, but I don't want to stop the video this far into it and have to do all of that. So I will just do it after After I'm done, I will deal with it. Okay. So yeah, so those are some of the changes that I am planning on making concerning my diamond painting this year. I have a lot of small projects that I have bought, ornaments, wall hangings, that kind of thing. Wow, this is still more of the 550. All right, let me just scoot you guys down there. You know, and so that wasn't something that I was really tracking in the past. I want to try and do some more reviews of kits that I do. I want to start doing a monthly review for all the kits that I do in a month. So, you know, just different things that I want to add to my channel. I am still signed up with Buy Me a Coffee. The link will be down in the description box. To date, no one has donated with the Buy Me a Coffee. And that's fine. I understand. Times are tough for everybody. I will say that this year, you're going to see two big differences. There's not going to be as big of small shop hauls, simply because I need to be a little more mindful of the money that I am spending. I already have such a great deal of stuff that it's not a matter of when I buy stuff that I need it. It's a want issue. It feeds into my disorder. I feel happiness by getting and receiving gifts. And that can even be me gifting myself by ordering something, having it delivered, and me getting to open it. You see how they're like sticking fast to my body? That is what's really freaky. So I need to be a little more mindful of how much I'm spending. I do definitely want to be buying from a variety of shops this year as opposed to just Diamond Art Club. I want to spread the love around a little more. I started doing that the end of 2023, so I just kind of want to continue it for going into 2024. So yeah, so just, you know, those kind of things. I am currently destashing a bunch of accessories on some destash groups on Facebook. Most of the things are gone. I will be going through my kits. I haven't decided whether or not there are any that I want to destash, but I might be destashing some. I want to try and get some more of and do some more reviews and unboxings of more value price kits, like from Michaels or Hobby Lobby, or, you know, even Amazon, like this one's from Amazon, you know, or whatever, that are legally licensed. I'm not vacating that. That is something that I feel very strongly about, is making sure that artists are getting fairly compensated. There are some kits that you get from Amazon and stuff that are just stock photos and or Shutterstock images, and they're totally above board and legit. So I don't want to, I'm definitely not saying that, oh my God, here we go again. I'm definitely not saying that everything that you buy from those companies is stolen artwork, but I do know that there is a lot of stolen artwork that is out there on those sites. Oh my God, this is terrible. This is so bad. So bad. And so frustrating. This is just time wasted, in my opinion, which is very frustrating. I mean, it's bad enough that, you know, yesterday, I enjoy kitting up. It is something that I actually do enjoy doing. I know some people hate it. I think that's why a lot of people just, if your drills come in baggies, they just stick with that and just slap the stickers on them and go about their day, because they do not like kitting up. I am not one of those people. I do like kitting up. I hate kitting down. I do not enjoy kitting down whatsoever. But I do like kitting up. But yesterday doing Purnell, since I had very limited use of my right hand to kit up, literally took me 5 hours. Granted, it was 67 colors, so it's a big one. And then there were 16 enhancement changes, so I had to be a little bit more diligent about that. But yeah, 5 hours. I was like, oh my God, is this ever going to end? So it was very time consuming yesterday. God, this is just like... And see, I'm putting them in, and then some are still just jumping right back out. Oh, okay. I don't even know what is happening here. But yeah, so those are some of the changes that I want to make regarding my diamond painting. It is such a huge part of my life. It is not something that I do just for fun. I mean, I don't want that to sound like, oh, well, it's a job and I have to do that, because no, it's not a job. And it is never, if you are diamond painting and you are dreading working on something, just stop. Don't do it. You should never sit down to diamond paint and be like, I really don't want to do this. Because this should be fun, enjoyment. It should be releasing dopamine into your brain. It should be helping you focus and concentrate. It should be bringing you pure joy. If it is not bringing you pure joy, walk away. If you have another kit something else up that brings you joy. Something that you look at and you go, ooh, pretty, I want to do that. You know, that kind of thing. Don't sit there and force yourself. Oh, look, it's that evasive 720. We finally found it. Don't sit there and force yourself to continue to work on a kit that is bringing you sadness. It's not worth it. I have a few kits that I have kitted up that I guarantee you I will probably never finish. Never. For whatever reason, they were not bringing me joy. I didn't like the canvas. I didn't like the colors. I didn't like, you know, whatever. The drills were terrible, you know, whatever. And if I never do them, I never do them. Oh, well, life moves on. Now, I did say I did have some exciting news. I do have one thing that I'm very excited about. I have officially placed my order for my first cross-stitch conversion. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to wrap this up. So I'm going to end it with that. This is going to be what I consider my first bucket list project for 2024. I got a taste of doing a cross-stitch conversion with the Diamond Art Studio UK's Christmas Advent, and I loved it. No, I have not finished the Advent. I have 10 days left. I think I am actually going to save it and do those 10 next year, or well, this year for Christmas 2024. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing it again, that they've already stated that they're going to do it again. And of course, I am planning on getting the new one. But I do think I'm going to hold off and wait and do that closer to Christmas to finish it the last 10 days. I stopped at day 15. I stopped because I had surgery and some other things that were going on. But yeah. So yes, I will be doing a cross-stitch conversion. All I'm going to tell you is that it is by one of my favorite artists. I'm not going to tell you who. And all else I'm going to tell you is that I did get the chart from Heaven and Earth Designs. So that is where I purchased the cross-stitch chart, was from them. And I will tell you that I have my canvas and my drills being sourced from Jaded Gem Shop. So it will be my first official purchase. Well, it is my first official because I've already paid for it. It is my first official purchase from Jaded Gem Shop. I have never purchased anything from them before. I do own 3 kits that are Jaded Gem Shop kits, but I got them. There's some of the Fan Art Princess kits, not the Mandy Manzano ones, but the other portrait type princess paintings. Someone was destashing, and I got 3 of them at a very low price, and couldn't pass it up because my oldest daughter is a Disney nut. She absolutely loves Disney. So yeah. So I'm not sure when it will be coming in, but trust me, you guys will be the first ones to see it and know all about it. So, yeah. So I am done. I have finished kitting this up. Yes, obviously we have gone way over the 1 hour mark. So I hope you guys do still stick through. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please put a bird emoji, leave a comment and put a bird emoji. Please hit the thumbs up. That really helps get my videos noticed, and helps with the algorithms and helps people find me. So I would greatly appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on for January. Are you doing any events this month? Are you doing the same events I'm doing? Are you doing others? Because I know there's like 5 or 6 other events going on. Let me know if you have a bucket list project that you want to do this year. Let me know how many kits you did in 2023. I would love to know. If you haven't already subscribed, but you've stuck around this whole time, I'm pretty sure you're going to like it here. And I would love to have you. So hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. Then you can hit the notification bell next to it, and it'll tell you anytime I've posted a new video. I would really greatly appreciate it. I'm getting very close to 100 subscribers. And when I hit 100 subscribers, I am going to do a giveaway. Not quite sure yet what I'm going to give away, but I am going to do a giveaway. So help me get there. I think I need 13 more people. I would love to have you. And everyone, I hope you have a wonderful, happy, safe, healthy 2024. And I will see you sooner than later. Take care, guys. Love you all. Bye-bye.